Hey everybody, welcome to KimmelsIrishPub.com. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's movie is The Pirates of Somalia. Didn't actually have it on my watch list, kind of running out of stuff to find or to watch that I have on my list. Nothing's available, gotta wait till Tuesday. But this is about, it's a biography about a rookie journalist who forms a plan to embed himself among the pirates of Somalia to see how they live and to write about them. So he succeeds, so it should be interesting. It stars Al Pacino, Evan Peters, Melanie Griffin, among others, but they're the stars that I know of. It's a 7.0 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes, 59% from the critics and 83% from the audience. So, don't know much about it. Just happened to find it and was like, why not? Let's give it a look and see what it's about. And that's what I do. So, I'll get into it here, and then I'll tune back in a little bit and let you know how it's going. Thanks. Hey, everybody. I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're at the 1 hour, 4 minute, and 39 second mark of The Pirates of Somalia. So, I think I already mentioned in the beginning what this movie's about. An aspiring journalist who has just graduated college recently and is trying to make his mark in the world. And he meets Al Pacino, who happens to be a retired journalist, who gives him the idea that you have to write about something everybody else is afraid to write about in order to become, respected in the journalistic world. And so he comes up with the idea of going over to Somalia to write about the pirates. And so he's done that. He's made acquaintances with the president's son, the president of Somalia, who has him come over, and now he's been spending, I think he's going to spend 6 months there in Somalia and learning all about, their culture, their government, and the pirates. And so he's doing that. But he has told everybody in Somalia that he's this popular reporter or famous reporter or journalist, and that he has a book deal already done, which he doesn't. He's hoping that his pages and the things that he writes is going to get him a book deal. And now he's been there for a couple of months, and he's sent a lot of information back to a publisher, and they're rejecting his book, so he doesn't have a book. And so he's starting to panic because he thought he could make a difference so that they can show the struggle that's happening in Somalia, and that's not. But the publisher comes back and gives him an idea that I think it's CBS is paying $1,000 for any footage of the pirates and the hostages that they're taking. So he's trying to make that happen. He wants to go on the next excursion with the pirates and film some of the hostages, so that one, he can earn $1,000. That'll help him out, but also maybe by sharing the footage with CBS, he can get his name out there, and people will start, respecting his work and hopefully publish a book with him. So that's where it is so far. Very interesting, and well, I don't think I mentioned this is a true story. This is all based on a true story. So this is a very interesting movie. I'm enjoying it, and there's about 53 minutes left in it. So I don't know if I'll check back in. I'm not sure if there's any aha moments that I'll stop in and share with you. If there are, I will. If not, I'll see you at the credits. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Pirates of Somalia. It just ended, and it was very good. I mean, there's no aha moments, big twists. It's based on a true story about the journalist who went over and immersed himself in their culture for 6 months, and then ended up moving over to Kenya so that he continued to write a paper, an English-based paper about Somalia and everything. Some interesting points about this movie. It happens during the time, not just the movie, but the real events happened during the time of the Captain Phillips, when that Captain Phillips event. So when the pirates raided the ship and then took Captain Phillips as a hostage, and there's that movie with Tom Hanks in it. So check that out. Absolutely, that was a good movie. I think that was up for an Oscar. Maybe it even won. And one of the pirates, Baccarat Abdid, the actor, I think that's his name. I probably butchered it, but you'll see. But the actor who was a pirate in that was the the journalist's best friend when he went to Somalia in this movie. So he plays in both movies. I thought that was interesting, but it's really neat. It's like kind of like if you watch Captain Phillips, which I've seen, and then you watch this. This is the story behind the reason the pirates take over the ships. And it's from his perspective as he goes over to understand their culture. He interviews the heads of these pirate organizations multiple times, and then so I think I don't know much about him. I've never heard of him before this movie, this journalist, but I'm sure he's well off now. I'm sure he's a well-known reporter based on everything that he's done here, and I thought the movie was very good. Very interesting. It kept my attention the whole time. I'm not really big on biographies and things like that, but I thought this was very entertaining, very educational. Interesting to see a glimpse inside of their culture, the reason that they do, why they are pirates. Some of them, and the reason behind it, and everything like that. So I would recommend watching this. The one slight criticism I have on this film, as I said, anything that's based on a true story, some of my favorite things is what happens after this, and a little bit of that. And it does share a little bit. It shares a little bit about what happens with Somalia, and the fact that I'm not going to ruin, this isn't a spoiler alert, but that America reconnects with them and starts communicating with them, which is something they haven't done in over 20 years, so that they can help them grow and move forward as a country themselves. So I thought that was interesting, and at least the way the movie tells it, it's based off of what this journalist has done in order to make that happen. So I found that part was good, but then they didn't go on about what happens to this journalist. Like, what does he go on to do? What does he become? They show a picture of him, which is great, but now I'm left to research it on my own, which is fine. So that's my slight knock on it. I wish they would have done that a little bit more, and I would have liked to know, like, like I said, he met the one Somalian, I guess that's what you say, and it became his friend over there. Did they ever connect again? Did he come over to the United States, or Canada? I'm sorry, this journalist was from Canada, and it was kind of a running joke throughout the entire movie because they kept referring to him as an American. He's like, I'm Canadian. So that was interesting, but I wonder if they ever came across and visited him in Toronto or anything like that. So again, very interesting movie. Slight knock. I'm going to go with a 7 overall. Close to an 8, maybe an 8. I don't know. Kind of reserve the 8s for the great ones. So I'm going to stick it at a 7, but close to an 8. You get my picture. So check it out. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in learning stuff a little bit about a different country and different cultures, this is definitely a decent movie to watch. And like I said, it ties into Captain Phillips. So if you've seen Captain Phillips, you have to watch this, because I think it makes it even more interesting. Maybe you watch this before watching Captain Phillips. I don't know. Mix and match. Let me know what you do. Leave me comments. Hit the like button. I know my sister will hit the like button, so I get 1 like usually every time I make a video. So I'd love to get more and some comments. All right. Thanks for watching. KimmelsIrishPub.com.